Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Dadbod to Daddy training vlog. And today was chest and tricep day. I haven't done any heavy benching for a little while, so I decided to grab 315 and see if I could get a couple reps with it. It felt relatively heavy for both of them. Keeping in mind I haven't been doing really low reps on benching lately, and this is of course flat back, really wide grip, all that stuff. So I'll take the two, but I think I want to start doing more of my chest sessions again, to where I do grab a set with 315 at the start and then just rep everything out. So I did that. I got two, and then I did 2 sets of 12 with 225. Some things I want to note here, again, because my chest really needs the work and I can do lots of separate tricep work, really no chest and triceps are muscles I need to bring up in spite of the fact that I'm cutting, working on getting leaner. Just in proportion, I think they would be a good idea to hammer those. That's one of the reasons I continue to do this on Monday. So I always like to hit this when I'm fresh. I can put a lot of effort into it. And on the incline, so I did my 2 sets of that. Then I went to the incline after 3 full sets of benching. I only did 2 sets, and I noticed, again, kind of what I noticed last time I did incline a couple weeks back. I didn't do it during the middle of the power outage. It was just getting hot, and I wanted a quick workout for my Monday. I noticed that, again, I feel more of the upper chest when I do higher reps, because I think the time before I did 225 or 5, then I dropped down to 185. Today I went ahead and started with 185, got my 10 reps and went to 225, and 4 felt really heavy because my chest was just kind of running out of steam. Because I've noticed that incline, I run out of work capacity fast, and I absolutely felt a lot more chest when I do the higher reps on it, right? I feel a lot more chest. Although I will say it makes me really feel the chest anyways, because I do such a wide grip now. So for those curious what I mean wide, my pointer finger is on the rings, right? Pointer finger on the rings. We reach down and we touch the clavicle on this. I tried to pause on a lot of these, but some of them are really just soft touch and goes. No bouncing though. Some people would count this as pausing. I really don't. I think those are mostly touch and go reps, and I get towards the end and I started pausing because I'm like, I'm rushing through this. So I think this next week, I think I want to limit just my heavy work on chest and tricep day. I think I want to pretty much limit it to the top set of bench, and everything else just needs to be pumped, because I really need to pump that chest up more. And I feel like just doing that in general, my triceps will come along, because there's so much synergy between the two in the way that I'm training, because I am getting all that lateral head work with all the pressing. So I only managed to get 4 reps with the 225 after that, because my chest was really fatigued at that point. It just didn't feel like I could do more, so I did 225 for 4. I could have got a 5th. Looking at the footage, but it just felt heavy, so I was concerned I wouldn't. So I really need to just work the volume. All right, these, I really am liking these more and more. I think I like these even more than normal skull crushers. So what I did with this, I went up, because I've been able to get a lot of reps on these this last week. I went up 10 pounds and realized I could still get 12 reps. So I'm like, well, let me take this up to heavier than I've ever done on these incline extensions. It's just basically a behind the head extension, because realistically I have that angle almost upright, so close enough. But behind the head, when I do them seated and upright, my shoulder mobility just doesn't let me get the stretch I would like, and I feel like I cheat a lot. But with these, I can't do it. These felt really good. I felt all tricep and no elbow on this, so it's one of the things I do like about this. And I think what I really want to do right now, I want to make sure that all of my tricep work gets that deep stretch, okay? Because I get a lot of pressing, right? So I want all my chest work, which will also hit the lateral head of the tricep. I want to do all of it really wide grip from now on. So I want to keep it super wide so I can really get that stretch on the pecs. And then all of my tricep work, I want something that involves that extension of the shoulder on all of it. And I think that's going to be the key. And yes, guys, my volume's not super high on any of this, but the only muscle that's probably super high on is my, I don't know, I guess my biceps, because I do all those curls after doing all supine work, and then my shoulders, because I have a full shoulder day. But even then, the volumes are not, ridiculously high by any stretch, especially when you split up front and rear delts. So probably my side delts get a lot of work. That's about 15 total sets, if you count all the shoulder work for that. And everything else is, somewhere around that 8 to 12 sets. So it was the same, with chest today, because I only did 2 sets of incline. It ended up being 8 sets for chest. And I can live with that. I do know my pecs need to come up, but I do run into, my pecs run out of steam sometimes. So I think the key to that's going to be making sure I use the pullovers as a final one and keep the reps really high. But I do think the incline, I'll be able to do 3 sets more effectively if I just do higher reps, like 185, and try to get 10 plus, and just build that up from there, because I did get a much better pump on that than the heavier work. But my chest did absolutely get lit up from all this, so I'll take it. What I did on these extensions, though, because, again, as much as I like skull crushers, I really want to focus on that stretch. I feel like if I can really just keep bringing up that long head of the tricep and hit it from a couple different angles, that's what's going to bring my arms up. It is the longest head of the tricep. It's the one that gets most neglected from pressing. You guys have previously seen me build my close grip up to 365, and I still didn't have a big long head of the tricep. So I really want to double down on all of these more stretch position movements to put that long head into a stretch. So then, of course, I did pullovers, and the pullovers seem to work my whole tricep. I mean, in theory, this should be the long head getting the work because of the movement, but I feel my whole tricep get a pump, and I start getting a chest pump only when I get to the really high reps on these. But again, it's a good finisher for both. And the reason I do like to do these is the shoulder health. Like, I feel like these have been pivotal in me regaining the shoulder range of motion that I have after all that previous overuse. So I want to keep the pullovers in. But they are a good chest and tricep movement, because really what they're doing, they're hitting the chest and the triceps from completely different angles than I normally get. Completely different angles. And I went up to the 55 because, again, I didn't record it last week because there was still no power. So even with the 55, I'm getting 15 plus, because when I did the 25 last time, I was getting 20 plus reps. I was getting like 25 reps. Now, granted, it was a shorter, easier session because I only did 3 exercises. I did bench, I did those incline extensions, and then I just did pullovers. All right, for the hanging leg raises, again, because those are putting so much stretch on the shoulders, I'm just not feeling like doing 2 sets of these on a lot of these days. So a lot of these days I'm doing 1 set of hanging leg raises. So even a worst case, I get 5 sets a week. That's still a lot of ab work, a lot of extra grip work. Some of the days I'll work on getting 2, though. Right, I think definitely stuff like the posterior chain day, I need the extra. So if I'm going to throw extra ab work in beyond one set, I definitely want to put it on the deadlift and posterior chain day, which comes up tomorrow. But here's the thing. Even doing these are the hard version, to where I have to do these flat across a bench. I got 15 plus reps on these. Now, are they the range of motion that I would like? No, I would like to get these deeper, but I literally physically can't. So what I'm doing here, if you guys notice a lot of the pause reps, as I get right near the end, I start pausing. That's as far as I can stretch. So the only way to continue to build that is loaded stretching. Problem is, I have enough muscle and tightness that for me, just little static stretching doesn't do anything. It does nothing at all. I do plenty of it. It doesn't help anywhere in my body. But loaded stretching like that, an exercise that puts you into a loaded position against a significant weight, that should continue to improve my range of motion over time. Okay, that should give me some better flexibility, but I am very, very tight just in general. And I've noticed this is something I noticed for older lifters, masters lifters. We start losing range of motion. We just get this general tightness. And I think really the only thing we can do to combat it is to do exercises that force us into stretches that's loaded, so we can continue to improve on that. But it's a trend I've noticed in people that I know, I've noticed in clients, other lifters I've talked to. It's kind of a thing. So it's something we have to work on diligently, or we will get completely kind of bound up over the years just with age. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.